Hi, I'm Wilson Cruz, and you're watching TrekCulture.
Hello, everyone. How are you getting on? Sean and Ellie here for TrekCulture, and we are very, very, very excited to bring this to you. Ellie, how excited are we?
I can't even put it into words.
This is something that has. Listen, I won't keep you waiting. Everyone, enjoy.
How are you guys?
Great.
Where are you sitting? Where are you actually in Ireland?
So, I'm in the southeast of Ireland. I'm in a place called Wexford, but Ellie is dialing in from overseas.
I see.
Yeah, I'm in England.
I see. I know Wexford and I know England. Yes. And to me, Ireland is arguably the most beautiful place on earth. But I've had a lot of fun in England too. But let's talk about Prodigy, shall we?
Well, we will. But first of all, we want to say congratulations because season 2 of Prodigy is absolutely fantastic, which I believe is available for digital purchase today. So
It is.
Fantastic. And the reaction from San Diego Comic-Con has just been, obviously, you see all the excitement online, but it's great to see people together in a room sharing their excitement as well.
So you can imagine how I felt. The whole thing is is thrilling. This was the first time I'd seen a complete episode. I sat in the front row of this crowded auditorium in San Diego yesterday and watched this episode of the Mirror Universe that Dan and Kevin Hageman, in their unprecedented genius, conceived of. And I was enraptured. I just kept, it's some of the best animation I've ever seen. And when that whale came out of nowhere, those creepy little things, and Chakotay is reunited with Janeway, and then my beloved Bob Picardo shows up as the Doctor. It's thrilling, and it's so novel that a new generation, young children, are being introduced to Star Trek in this way. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. I think the thing is as well, it's not even just children. I think just new viewers in general. It's made in such a way that it's so accessible to anyone, not just children, anyone who just needs a little bit of help understanding the technobabble.
Right. But the beauty of it is they don't know either. The 6 essential characters. It's such a motley crew, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're on this otherwise defunct ship, the Protostar, which Hologram Janeway has helped them reignite, right? And Dahl is doing his best to captain it. But through them, we learn what it is to become a Starfleet cadet, what it is to learn, understand, appreciate, and respect the Prime Directive in essence and in action. And I see these little girls and boys sitting next to their mother, and that mother arguably sitting next to her mother. So it's transgenerational. And in this way, I think it surpasses almost any other kind of message there is in animated television. I love Prodigy. Yeah.
So do we. I think that's all we've spoken about for the last 4 weeks.
Well, let's get a season 3.
Oh,
do you know
yes.
what I mean?
Yes. We have been hoping and praying. There's so many more stories to tell. In fact, you mentioned Chakotay there. I have to jump in straight away. As the self-appointed spokesperson for all the JC shippers out there, I have to just approach it. I'm just giving myself the title, so I'm having it. Obviously, you have... Yes. You've spoken, obviously, lots and lots about kind of wanting to avoid those sorts of storylines in Voyager, and rightly so. It's very understandable, all the reasons behind that. But I do wonder, when it came to revisiting that relationship in season 2, how much input did you have with where that went, and have your thoughts changed at all since Voyager with regards to that relationship?
What do you mean? Has what changed? Everything's changed. What exactly do you mean?
The way I see it is the dynamic between the characters has changed now with regards to their positions in Prodigy. And so there's a little bit more freedom. There's not so many protocols to follow. And so I think it definitely, in my head, it's canon. They're together.
I have to tell you, I was very moved yesterday. And actually, it brought a tear to my eye to see this reunion between Chakotay and Janeway. in a soft, tender, emotional way that perhaps in live action we had to resist a little bit more. And I had a lot to do with that, I'll tell you that. That was my call, because I felt that as the first female captain, it would be wrong. And I was of childbearing years when I took that part. I was 39 years old. It would be very wrong to mislead the central demographic, which it was and always has been, men 25 to 45, by indicating that Janeway wanted to have some kind of an intimate life with her, first in command. So I went to the producers and I said, I'm not going to do this. Let's deepen the friendship and let's have that. But with the cartoon, with the animation, you see, other things are permissible. Don't forget, it's been many, many years. I'm an admiral. There's been a question of my death. We're both very, very emotional when we're reunited. And I think it stimulated an emotional depth that perhaps they were both very surprised by, both Janeway and Chakotay. And in animation, it really worked quite beautifully.
I agree. And I think it really speaks for the sacrifices that Janeway had to make when on Voyager. And I think one of the things that really draws me to the character is, she's a strong woman in a position of power in command, but you still see those vulnerabilities. She's human at the end of the day, and you're constantly seeing that battle between Catherine and the captain. But I do wonder if you could go back, or even thinking ahead to a season 3, are there any elements of Janeway's vulnerabilities that you'd like to have seen explored further?
I love this, spoken like a true woman. I think I'd like to get you more vulnerability. What I begged for on Voyager was that...
I agree. I think we do touch the surface, but we could definitely have gone deeper.
We could much deeper dive into her loneliness, which I think exposes her vulnerability. And she could, of course... relate to Tuvok. Tuvok was her deep and dear friend. But you see, with Chakotay, there was always that element of attraction, which Janeway had to discipline. So I think if I could go back, I would see more of that struggle. I lost my fiancé. I lost my dog. I lost my parents. I lost Earth. 75,000 light years away, right? And I've got a complement of 165 lost in the Delta Quadrant. So I think to really shine the light on what that must have felt like a little more intensely would have been very exciting. And we can do it in Prodigy. We can do it in a different way, Now there are all kinds of dimensions that we can investigate. And I want that to happen. I want it to happen. I love doing this show. I love this cartoon. These guys are geniuses, Kevin and Dan Hagen.
Yeah.
Can't you see it?
Absolutely. And they're lovely guys as well, which really just makes it all the much better.
So lovely, so decent, so much fun. And I just, it would be a heartbreak to see this end. And it's, the fans adore it. You know what they did? They flew a little plane over Los Angeles.
They did.
Saying, bring back Prodigy, and Netflix bought it. So let's hope that Netflix has, I think, the prescience and the vision to option it again.
Yeah. Michelle Stokes is who is responsible for that plane. And my favorite thing about it is she's based in the UK. So she hired it, she organized it, and she wasn't even there to see it.
Michelle Stokes is this person's name?
Mm-hmm.
I want her information. What a great thing. Yeah. Great.
I'm going to let Sean ask a question. I'm hogging the limelight.
No, I'm just enjoying watching. But one thing I really wanted to ask you about, Janeway has been this incredible leader throughout all of Voyager and Prodigy as well. But I think a lot of the focus on Prodigy is her mentorship of these children, both in the forms of hologram Janeway and then later in Admiral Janeway. And what I wanted to know was, in your opinion, what is the most important aspect of this mentorship for these new cadets, and where you see that going into a season 3 and beyond?
Well, what I think the Hagemans have done so cleverly, so beautifully, is to allow hologram Janeway to mentor, to guide, but also to step back in a way that live-action Janeway never could, because that ship was real, right? And it had to be attended to immediately. But now if Dal shoots his mouth off, or makes another mistake or counteract, acts my advice, I say, okay, pal, you're going to have to learn the hard way. And I think that that's wonderful. And she does it with a sense of humor, and she does it with a sense of humanity. But going forward, I would like to see, and I think I will see, a more intense involvement between Janeway, both Admiral and Hologram, and this crew.
I mean, obviously, I would love to see just more of any of it, really. So, I mean, I'm totally here for that. We're just coming to the end of our time. I've got a very quick fire. I know Ellie has a very quick fire question. I have a quick fire question. Over the weekend, we learned that Bob Picardo will be back in Starfleet Academy, and you were asked, obviously, about live action. And thank you very much for your very honest answer to that one as well, I meant to say. But we also heard there's a new live action series coming that's comedy. Can we see a wacky sitcom for Janeway and Chakotay and Crazy Uncle Tuvok in the future?
I wouldn't know anything about that. A wacky sitcom? How about a wacky romance? I don't know what the future holds. All right, let's just wait and see. The possibilities, as we say in space, are infinite.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we need a season 3. 100% we need season 3.
So let's get it. All right. You guys have been great fun. Thank you very, very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Are you okay?
That was not something I ever thought would happen in my life. And it just did. What just happened?
What just happened was that we just confirmed we're probably not going to sleep tonight, and we just had the coolest thing ever. Just, I'm so grateful, and to everyone as well who made this happen. Thank you so much. And thank you everyone who's watching. And, I'm speaking because I don't think Ellie can right now. Can you speak? Are you okay?
I'm sure I'll be fine.
Sure. Folks, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome. You're brilliant. Please continue to follow the channel, continue sharing videos, continue liking, subscribing. It makes a difference. For every like, we will give Ellie another breath of air because I don't think she can breathe right now. And it will make a huge difference.
And continue watching Star Trek Prodigy so that we can have a season 3.
Set course for season 3, folks. Thank you so much.